I've got my torch on. Hello, we are live.
Hi.
Welcome to another Monday Night Live. We finally got a logo, we're finally set up, and I swear we're going to stick to a schedule. I've said that several times. Yeah, so we are here.
I feel like I need disco lights, Abigail. You're all pink and fabulous.
This says, I don't even know what it says anymore. Good vibes. You can't tell. Like, this is a whole other situation.
It's like a pink block, but it looks really cool.
Yeah.
No, she was so excited.
I will set up the lighting
so
that
like,
it's better.
Yay, my light. And you can't read it. You've never been able to read it.
I am going to set up this room one day and it's going to look lovely and it's going to look like an actual streaming room. This little white thing here is a cardboard cutout of my husband from when he was in a band. That's just his elbow. No way to put it. So that's there. It's just things all around me. I'm trying to keep my chair a bit like you because there's a drum kit behind me. So it's a junk room at the moment that I'm trying to make
I'm hiding my makeup station down here.
One day I'll have a lovely streaming room, but today's not the day. Hello to everybody that is joining us. Let us know in the live chat where you are joining us from. Or if you're watching on replay, drop us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. We are with the lovely Gillian Devine, who I'm so excited to talk to about marketing because she is an expert and we are not. But we will give our little opinion because, like, we do have strong opinions on a lot of things. So yeah, I'm Christy's you also. Sorry, I didn't let her speak then.
Hi. Hi, what was you?
You wasn't last time you were in the comment.
Do you know what? Where's the camera? Oh, this camera is driving me around the bend because normally your camera's mirrored, isn't it? But this isn't. So like I'm moving, I'm like, oh, where do I put my hand? I've taken one out to I leaf out to your book and I've got myself
Live with wine. I should have bought my wine. I had a wine before.
I know you've got your wine.
Too many. I wouldn't make sense if I had too many, so I've had my wine. I should have saved it. Now I've got my water, but never mind. I'm proud of you, Kirsty. Live with wine.
Right. So, for anybody who doesn't know us, I am Abigail. This is Christy, my sister. We are from South Wales Valleys, and we run Abigail Lewis Photography, maternity and newborn photographers. Gillian, can you let us know a little bit about yourself, please?
Yeah, certainly. So I am Gillian Devine. I'm a photographer of 20 years now. Oh my gosh, where's that time gone? I've worked in most of the different genres, started in weddings, babies, families, bit of newborn, bit of maternity, and then now I am a brand photography specialist and also a mentor and business coach to other photographers. I love talking to photographers just like you girls. I like you too. I just love helping and inspiring.
Yes, that's what this is what we were talking about just before we came live, is the fact that there's not a massive community of photographers on YouTube that want to talk to each other and kind of build a nice place to talk to each other. So we are trying our best. We've got some people from Northwest England, New Zealand, lovely, South Wales. I think I know that person. It might be my husband. So we're all over the world. It makes a difference. Last time we could hear him snoring through the wall because he fell asleep and it was terrible. And I was trying to talk louder and louder because he was getting louder and louder snoring.
My husband's trick is he does the hoovering right outside the door when I'm on a live stream.
Oh, I think that happened last time we were on a live stream with you. You said, excuse the hoover. Yeah, I remember.
Honestly, it's obsessed only when I go live. It's ridiculous. I suppose I should be great.
One from Yorkshire. So we are talking all things marketing tonight. Gillian is currently doing a free, which is like the main part of like that I want to get across, free mini marketing course, which I think is amazing because so many people just either gatekeep the information or charge you a small fortune, which I'm not against also because we all got to make money somewhere, but you know, you got to give some information out for free.
Who doesn't like a freebie? Who doesn't like a freebie? I always say it's like when you go into the supermarket and they offer you like little freebie slices of cake or little tastes of cheese. It's like that, a little nice freebie. Who doesn't like a freebie?
Don't stop me on freebies because I will go to Costco.
I knew it.
I will go to Costco weekly and just go for the samples. and I'll do laps. And I'm like, oh, this is really nice, and it'll be my third time.
I'm going for lunch. Where are you going? I'm going to Costco for the freebie.
Costco for the samples.
Honest to God, I love it. Just like that's all. I never spend money. Like my Costco membership is like, it costs me a fortune because I just go, I pay for the card, and then I just do laps and just get all the samples.
Lunch ticket.
Mental. Yeah. So back to the marketing course. Can you tell us what is included?
Of course. It's basically 5 days of marketing strategies, because I love marketing. No matter what genre you are working in, we can all learn more about marketing and more about how to market more effectively, market more efficiently, get more clients, get more inquiries, make more money, sell more of our services. So it's 5 days in a private Facebook group. It's a small mini training in the morning, and then it's a little task to do and a live with wine Q&A every evening. So it's going to be in January. Kirsty's got her wine. I'm gutted I haven't got my wine with me. I should have slowed down in that drinking. So we have a live with wine Q&A.
She should slow down because we've got a busy day tomorrow.
That's why I limited to one glass. I should have just sipped it. But yeah, it's not till January. But what I'm doing is, for everyone that signs up to the mini marketing course, as you said, it's completely free. Between now and January, I'm going to be dropping little 10-minute business bites, chunks of marketing training into your inbox just between now and January to keep you going.
Nice.
Lovely.
I'm really excited. I am on that course. I have already joined.
Fantastic.
And I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I would literally join anybody's course. I just love it. I'd love a little like freebie course. Like I would just sit there and listen to people.
Yeah, as you were saying, it's nice to come together as photographers, because it can be quite lonely, can't it? So usually we have a great community. We have a lot of fun. There's some prizes, there's some little mini competitions, there's lots of little giveaways. It's really good fun. So yeah, it's nice to come together and do, especially in January. For January, it's great to kickstart the year, isn't it? Get your Christmas out of the way, let your food digest, let the drink soak in, and then start January fresh, kickstart the year.
Sounds lush. Yeah, I'm a nightmare for that in January. I'm like, right, I'm redoing my entire plan. Like, I'll just sit down and I'll just plan so much in January because I feel like it's a fresh start. So
yeah,
I'm excited.
It is. And some
I haven't got time for
strategies are just really easily implementable. Is that even a word? Implementable? Yeah, easily.
We knew what you meant. It's fine.
Yeah, makes sense in my brain.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? Because small little changes can make massive differences over time. So, like, even taking one piece of information is going to make a massive difference.
Absolutely. And the big theme, usually with anything I do, is saying no to procrastinating. Because a lot of us, we will procrastinate. We will hold back on doing the little marketing tasks that maybe strike fear into our heart, that we haven't done before, that, you know, make us feel a bit nervous, make us feel a bit uncomfortable. But we say no to procrastinating. We do the do, because then we have to frog in, get stuff done, and just do the do and crack on, because otherwise things don't get done.
Abigail is top procrastinator. I bought a little badge to say, hello, I procrastinate. And what we do is sometimes, if she's in a bit of a funk, I have to red, amber, green her to-do list to prioritise what she's got to do for the day, because she'll do the really easy things just for ticks.
I am undiagnosed.
Everybody needs you doing that. Everybody needs you doing that for their
undiagnosed ADHD, and I blame it on that. I've 100% got ADHD, and I'm going to just go, oh, that's a little dopamine hit with it. I'll do that one. That's easy. Take that off. Yeah. And sometimes I'll get like sidetracked, and I'll be like, oh, do you know what? That needs doing. That's not on my list though. So I'll do it, and then I'll add it to my list, and then tick it.
I do
dopamine hit.
It's a little feeling of satisfaction. Yeah. Tick it off. I absolutely get that.
Exactly.
But everybody needs a Kirsty doing the red, yellow, and green.
She'll go to me. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, and I got 4 ticks on my to-do list. I'm like, Abigail, that's the same task broken down into 4 sections. You've done one thing.
That doesn't count.
It definitely does count. I've broken that down so that it was digestible.
Microtasking, another little way to get through the day. Microtasking,
Exactly.
that's a thing, Abigail.
Thank you
I'm
very
saying
much.
well done for that.
Yeah.
Please
So
don't
I feel
suggest
like,
read it.
But it's
and
true,
even
isn't
right,
it?
make
We've
coffee.
got off the big tasks. Make coffee. Yeah, that's a big one. Oh God, that happens about 4 times before I get to office. But it's the big tasks, isn't it, that we put off, the ones that are a little bit scary. Like for a lot of the photographers I mentor, one of the biggest marketing tasks is creating a new lead magnet. Lead magnet, what is it? How do we do that? And it also involves tech, setting up a landing page, setting up a thank you page, setting up an email sequence. So it can be a big, frightening task that a lot of the photographers I work with, they end up putting off and putting off and putting off. And we have
It's
to
been on
do
our to-do list for 3 weeks.
That's not bad though. 3 weeks. I have photographers that have had it on their
Not bad
to-do
for
list
us.
for 3 years.
Oh no, that's really bad for us. And I
Is
keep
it?
every morning I'll turn my page over to my to-do list. And I'm like, right, I'll write it on here and I'm doing it today. And it never gets done. None of how
Do
today.
it. Honestly, the sense of relief that you have once you've got that lead magnet in place, it's going to serve you so well, because you've then
And the
got something
thing is,
really beautiful to serve your potential clients with, to bring them into your world.
the thing is, we know it works because we've already got one. We've planned a new one, and like it's
We've
just
got it all
doing
there.
it.
We've got like
We've done the hardest bit. It's just
we
like actually
came
going
up
right.
with
Let's just do
the idea.
it.
We've got a plan. We know exactly what we need to do. It's just finding the time to sit. Because when you start something like that, you want to sit and get it done, don't you? And you don't
Yeah.
want to do like a little bit here, a little bit there, because it doesn't get done properly, does it? You need to sit and focus and do it. And I
Yeah.
think that's what the issue has been for us. It's just got a little bit too busy to be able to
Yeah.
give it the time you need to sit and actually do it.
Sometimes
So
it is the time, isn't it? Because life, I mean, you're both mums, we've all got busy stuff going on. It's finding the times to get these things done. But yeah, I agree. I think a lead magnet is such a great marketing piece, and it works on automation. Easy peasy. Once you've done it, it's just getting that hard work done. It's the tech that puts off a lot of the photographers I work with. It's the setting up the landing page, thank you page, the email sequence, how it all works in the background. But once you've done one and realised, oh, I can do that, it
blew our mind the first time we did one. Like how
God.
quickly we were able to grow like an email list just off one like PDF. Was it PDF we did? I can't even remember.
Yeah.
Oh, it was like a Canva template. And we just literally put it up and it just automated, and like we grew like 100 within a week or two. It was
amazing.
mental.
Yeah, because you're serving your clients, your potential clients, with something. You're serving your audience with something beautiful, something useful, something interesting. And then they're in your world, and then you're communicating with them on your emails. It's a lovely way to market, a really beautiful way to market. And it's a great way to filter out your non-ideals and your ideals, because your non-ideal clients, they won't sign up for your lead magnet because it might be not their cup of tea. It might not be their vibe. But your ideal clients will, because they love your vibe, they love the information you're offering, whatever it is. It's coming from you and your heart and your soul and your brand. So they're going to sign up for that, your ideals, because they love you.
Yeah.
And
I love email marketing. It's my new favourite thing.
And they're all relevant clients because they're all signing up to something at the moment because they're pregnant. They like everybody that we've got on our list now are all relevant, and they like our old maiden had been like people that we've accumulated on there for the last like 12 years or however long it's been. And there's people
we weren't converting them away, so we sat down at the start of the year and went, right, well, what can we do different? And we had gone to a talk in WPPI with somebody from Flowdesk, and she was so knowledgeable, and like she like talked us through Flowdesk and everything. I was like, that's what we need. So we just completely wiped our old list and started fresh this year. But it's been the best thing we've ever done. It was really scary because we were getting rid of like 1,000 people, but like the people that we're on in now, that are on there now, our opening our
Opening rate.
email opens, is so much higher because they're relevant people. I can't even
They're
speak.
relevant, aren't they? You've created something that's relevant to them right now. Yeah, great stuff. Love them.
Yeah. So
Email marketing is
changed our
great.
world.
Are you enjoying the email marketing, Abigail?
Yeah, I love it. We've got a newsletter going. We're doing little value-based email.
When we were going to WPPI, there were so many classes that we wanted to do, and because there's two of us, we were like, look, we're not going to be able to go to these together because there's just too many. They're on at the same time. So we were like splitting it down the middle. And obviously Abigail was doing like the more techie stuff, like she's the photographer. I was doing more of like I do the posing. So I was doing posing ones, and like we were splitting it between us. And there was like
she was getting to go to all the fun ones, basically.
There was a running joke all the way through that I was getting to go and see Kelly Brown do like posing, and Abigail had to go to email marketing, and it was it was just a running joke for the entire trip. Oh, I get to do email marketing. Do you know that's the biggest thing we took out of that trip was the email marketing moment, and that's all.
And I loved it.
About ever since.
Do you know that rocks my boat more than the posing? I'm such a marketing geek. I just love anything to do with marketing. Will absolutely have me in that class over anything to do with the photography these days. Anything to do with lighting, posing, the photography. I would rather go to something marketing. So I would have been in those classes with you, Abigail.
I was in all of the boring classes. Oh, I think the blogging workshop, she was like, this is the non-sexy classes. And I was like, I've gone to all the non-sexy classes. It was more the fact that I wanted to meet people like Kelly Brown and Sophia Barrett, because they were legends in like our niche and things. So like I just wanted to go and meet them rather than like actually I didn't really need to go to the classes. But anyway, it's fine. I did go and see Kelly Brown in the end.
You know what? You're saying about the non-sexy. I absolutely get you, because to meet photographers like that, how amazing to be in that room with them. Fantastic. But it's actually the non-sexy ones that are going to bring you in the clients, the bookings, and make you the money. So they are the sexy ones, really, because they're the ones that are going to enable our businesses to be successful and do what we want with them.
And I had pages and pages of notes from those. And the only note I wrote down in both Kelly Brown's and Sophia Barrett's, which I absolutely loved the classes because they were amazing. But the only notes were, these are amazing. I love Kelly Brown. I didn't actually take any like useful notes. I just had to like
experience, isn't it?
But the other ones, I wrote pages of notes, so we did really well off those.
Oh, I love that. I went to a virtual online 3-day marketing event with Tony Robbins, and you're up for like 24 hours, and he has you dancing and everything. It's ridiculous. So you start off the event, and everyone's there in their laptop, and you can see Tony on the stage, and he's got all these people on the screen, thousands and thousands and thousands of people. You get sent a box with a piece of wood in it and everything. You've got to karate chop and smash that wood, and it's all about strong mindset. It's amazing. But you start the event off, and he's got the high music on, and he's dancing on the stage. And obviously, being quite English, we're doing this to start off. And he's going, everybody get up. And within half an hour, I was jumping around that living room like a woman possessed.
Me.
Oh,
we were in Click Live a couple of months back, and that had a kind of American kind of vibe going. It felt a bit like WPPI on a much smaller scale. But there was somebody who had flown over from America to do a talk. I think it might have been from Aftershoot. Was there something like that, Christy?
I think
something
so,
like Aftershoot. And they were doing a talk on the live stage, and they were like, yeah, come on, guys. And it was like dead. And all the British people were just like, and I was like, whoa!
We don't do
and he was
that,
like, yes, she's into it. And I was like, I felt so bad for him. I was like, somebody's got to give him a bit of like energy. So I was by myself like, yeah.
I was like, I feel like you're only sad here. Like, calm down.
Oh, and then we had to leave, and I felt really bad then because I just got stood up and left, and he was just like, oh, okay, bye.
I came here for the dancing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'll give the American energy. I'm the.
I love that. I start the business school at the societies a couple of times when I've hosted the business school. I start it off with a bit of music, and us English people, we do take ages to warm up. I'm up dancing to Let's Get Down to Business, and I'm like going like this, and they're all like this. So I to a big bully me. I'm going, come on, get up.
I'd have been here with you, don't worry about it. Next time I'll be at the front row dancing with you.
Yeah, there we go. Yes.
I'll stand to the side and film you. I'll do socials.
Well, the moves are embarrassing. Mine, the moves are embarrassing, but I move everybody. That's what counts.
It's the main thing.
Love it.
Oh, dear.
Right.
There's
So,
a massive
what
link, though, isn't there? Sorry, just talking about movement. Don't you think there's a massive link between the physiology of your body and how you project yourself and how you feel? I always talk to the photographers that I mentor in brand photography. When you are going into, even with newborns or whatever genre you're working in, when you're going into a shoot, you're going into a client appointment, try and get your body moving, because it immediately elevates your energy to a more positive state, to a more high vibe state. If you walk into a room like this,
when you're about to call a client, you should be stood up. You shouldn't sit down to call a client. You should be stood up.
Yeah, definitely, because it really alters the way you think and you feel. I always say to the brand photographers I work with, when they're going on to a discovery call on Zoom with a client, don't be all shrunk down. Even if you're feeling nervous, don't be all shrunk down. Don't have your head down. Don't talk like this. Sit up straight. This is part of the experience we're giving to our potential client, talking to them confidently in a high vibe way, in a very positive way, about how we can help them. But the physiology of your body, the movement of your body, does affect how you feel personally and how you project yourself. See, I've immediately sat up straight now. Do what you're talking about.
Similar. It's kind of similar to like our customers when they walk in. Like, the main reason we do it is because we want to keep our floors clean, because we have a lot of babies in, but we make everyone take their shoes off and we give them slippers. So everybody that comes into our studio wears slippers, and they instantly go, oh my God, this is posh. Oh my God, oh, this is nice. And they like instantly they go, oh, this is luxury. This is, and they're ready to, like, they're in that mindset of, I'm going to spend money here because they've given me slippers, and this is an experience from as soon as they walk in through the front door. Like, it just changes their mindset straight away.
That ticks so many boxes, because you're giving them a beautiful experience. You're treating them in a very luxury way. In their mind, as you just said, they're elevating you from a standard photography service to something more premium, something more boutique. And you're getting them into that mindset that I am going to invest here because they're treating me well. They're investing in me. So this is serious. I am going to invest. It's an amazing thing to do. Honest to God, who came up with that idea? That's fantastic.
I can't even remember why we did it. We've done it for a long time,
A lot of it is down to the fact that, like, we're in a new studio. It's not a new studio anymore. No. We still refer to it as the new studio. We've been in a lot of different studios up until now. But in lockdown, we bought the building that we're in now, and we renovated it. We completely gutted it, and we made it like a luxury, how we wanted it. In our head, our absolute ideal studio, that is what it is now. So like, we don't want shoes and everything coming through. We don't want the prams coming through. We don't want all the germs on the floor, because predominantly we have most of our clients that are coming in have little babies. Babies are on their hands, like crawling. They automatically put their hands in their mouth. We want to keep it as sanitary as possible. So that is the bare bones of it. But it also does give them that impression that, oh, this is nice. And it's just
to do. It's really lovely.
Yeah, and like when you go to a spa, it's always nice to put you, as soon as you wear your
slippers on. It's when you go to a spa, isn't it? It's everything, and it's all the senses. When you're trying to build a very luxurious boutique premium experience, you've got to think about all the senses. What can that person smell? What can they hear? What's playing music-wise? What scent? What can they feel? Their comfort, slippers on their feet. All of the senses we have to think about as part of that experience. It's fantastic. Are they branded? Do you give them? Do they get to take them home?
They're not branded. We get to that point, I reckon.
They are colour coordinated, so they're all white and grey. to match
Yeah.
the studio.
And also on the sensory subject, we also had a signature scent made. So it's a unique to us scent that burns throughout the studio.
Beautiful.
And then we give that in goodie bags as well then. So if they go home and burn it, they're constantly reminded of us. And like, oh, I remember that session. And they like, it gives them the thing of, oh, let's book another one. So yeah, we kind of try and tackle all senses.
Yeah, it's just little things like that make the difference, don't they? When you start
Massive difference. When I was running my newborn studio, I used to have a heart-shaped, couldn't get my words out then, heart-shaped, maybe I did need more wine, heart-shaped chalkboard on the front door of the cottage. It was a little cottage studio, and it would say, you know, welcome Jason, Jessica, and baby Ray or whatever. And you'd see them coming up the path and they'd be taking photos of it. They'd be going, oh, isn't that lovely? And then they'd be putting it on social media. So again, it ticks all the boxes, doesn't it? It makes your client feel really welcome, feel really special, but it's also doing a little bit of marketing for you. So it's all those things, definitely, that are so important part of the customer journey, thinking about where they sit, what they do, what they see, how they experience, how they feel, even just little things through the customer journey. And again, this is all part of marketing in my mind. Little things such as regularly asking your clients, are you okay? Are you enjoying yourself? Would you like a fresh coffee? Would you like a fresh drink? Is everything okay? It's that regular little question just to check in with your client. Makes them feel special, makes them feel important. And you also get some absolute golden nuggets of testimonial content. When I regularly ask through my brand photography sessions, as I did in my newborn, as I did in my families, you're having a good time, are you enjoying everything? You get in the moment feedback, beautiful golden nuggets, people saying, oh my gosh, this is amazing, Jill. I was so nervous and you've made us feel amazing. You've made us feel so welcome. I'm going to be recommending this to everyone. So in the moment, you get those lovely little bits of feedback that you mightn't get later on down the line. You know, you ask for reviews and testimonials afterwards. Depending on your process, sometimes people forget, or they might send you something quite standard that isn't as in the moment or as emotional as when you ask the question in the moment. The best feedback I got on a brand shoot was one of my favoritist clients, Mimi. And I asked the question, beautiful client, amazing client. She flies over regularly for her brand shoots. She's an author. And her first shoot, she was blown away. And I said to her, so yeah, enjoying yourself, Mimi, are you having a good time? And she went, Jill, this is better than sex.
That should be a tagline.
Absolutely. Just a bit worried about what sort of people it might bring.
Maybe not.
Oh dear. Afterwards, the review sheet testimonial she left me afterwards was still a beautiful testimonial, but it didn't have that in the moment magic. So I have used that in my marketing from time to time. Again, it's all part of your marketing.
I think literally everything is party marketing, because I can't remember who said it or where I got it from, but somebody said, and it just have stuck in my brain ever since, your brand is what people say about you when you leave the room. And that is literally marketing, isn't it? It's what other people are saying about you. And like, oh, I don't know. It's always stuck with me. It doesn't matter how lovely your logo is or how lovely everything else is. It's what people say about you when your back's turned.
It's the perception that you are building in people's brains, and absolutely what they say about you when you are not there, what they think about you, what they feel about you, what they say to their friends and colleagues about you. So absolutely, that's your brand. And everything, you know, the way you speak to people, the way you look, the way you dress, your marketing assets, your online presence, as well as your in-person presence, everything is marketing. And it has to be consistent, and it has to be true to you and your vibe.
When, like, the best customers that you will have are ones that have been told by somebody they trust, these are good. I've been there. They did my newborn. They did my maternity. Oh my God, it was such an experience. It was amazing. You need to go to them.
Yeah.
That's the best. That's the best
They are the best clients. They're the best clients for so many ways, because they've already got a level of know, like, and trust because they've been recommended by someone they trust.
Yeah.
And the person that's recommended knows that person. So they're saying that they would love you because they know that person. So they know there's going to be a connection there. They're going to enjoy everything about you. But they're also prepared for the premium and boutique nature of it. They're prepared for the investment that might come. So it's so beautiful when you get clients like that, isn't it, that have been recommended, because you can relax into it then. They don't feel new. They feel like old friends because they already know everything's going to happen, and it's a beautiful thing.
And by the time they've been through the experience with us, they all end up like family, don't they, Abigail? We've got our own little
Can't get rid of them.
Yeah.
I'm a hugger. I always hugging my clients, and you become friends with your really good clients.
Yeah.
So I'm a massive hugger. That was a bit of a nightmare through COVID. Couldn't hug anyone. I was completely cut off. The elbow thing doesn't have the same feel as a hug.
No, definitely not. What would you say is your absolute top tip for marketing? If you could only give one tip, what would it be?
Get uncomfortable. Do the things that strike fear into your heart and make you feel uncomfortable. Because as a photographer, as a business owner, you've got so far doing bits of marketing. You're probably already doing some marketing, but you've probably also been procrastinating or putting off some marketing pieces that maybe make you nervous, make you scared, make you fearful, such as building a lead magnet, such as going live, such as using videos, such as email marketing, things that you're not doing currently, and you're putting them off because you feel fearful about them, you're frightened of them. Email marketing can frighten a lot of people. They build it up in their minds to be, it's one email every month and it's got to be War and Peace. It's got to be this big, massive, long newsletter. Why? It doesn't have to be like that. For me, email marketing is a weekly email, sometimes twice weekly, because it's no different to social media. Do you post more than once a month on your social media? Of course you do. So why wouldn't you do the same to people that have chosen to be on your email list, that absolutely want to hear from you? Why would you make them wait for once a month? Contact them, touch points into their inbox. And it doesn't have to be this long, massive email. It can be as simple as a one-liner social media post. Why wouldn't you make it easy for yourself as a business owner? Some of the posts that you've put up on your social media, repurpose them, put them out as an email, because those people they've opted to be on your email list. They've opted to hear from you. So don't make them wait for once a month, and don't make them read a big long email, because not many people have got time for that. Bite-sized chunks, little communications.
Yeah, I think that was the scariest bit for starting our mailing list from scratch. Was, oh my God, what are we going to send them? And then we were like, actually, this blog post could be an email. This video could be an email. We just repurpose content all the time. That did really well on YouTube. Let's put that in a blog post. That did really well on Pinterest. Let's make that into some. Do you know what I mean? It's just constantly just bouncing the ideas back. If it's working well on one platform, just kind of mix it up a bit and do it again on something else. And
make it easy for yourself, definitely. But I do think it's doing the things that you've been putting off because you're fearful, or the things that make you uncomfortable. I love lives on social media, and everyone's always scared of going live. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to say the wrong thing. So what? That's fine. Nobody wants perfect anyway. Perfect isn't attractive. Imperfect. It's boring. Saying the wrong thing, tripping over your words, being, I know it's an overused word, authentically you, but being you, just talking as you would do to a friend, talking to your ideal clients as if they are friends you haven't met yet, talking about who you are, who you help, and how you help them. So I
also love going live, as you can tell by why we're here. Christy, on the other hand, has to be talked into it every Monday. Right, Christy, we're going to go live, and she's like, why now? Why do we need to go live now?
I don't like going live. There is a purpose to going live, but there's also a purpose to pre-recording.
She doesn't know what it is, but
I love it. I love it. So yeah, I mean, it is. Everyone likes different things. A lot of the photographers I work with, they'll say, "Well, I prefer to go do it pre-recorded." That's absolutely great. Do what works for you. But I definitely think on a regular basis, look at your marketing and look at what am I not doing. There was a great quote. I can't remember who said it, but the magic you are looking for is in the things that you're not doing. So look at what you're not doing. What are you putting off? What are you procrastinating about? And then rip that plaster off and just get it done. And we do a lot of that in the 5-day marketing mini course. A lot of new, easy, relatively simple marketing strategies, but maybe things that people haven't done before. Lives are one of them.
The thing is, if you're not changing anything, you can't expect anything to change. If you're doing the same thing over and over again, like nothing's ever going to get better. So just try and do the new things. Like we are quite bad at like just going, right, what haven't we done? And we'll sit there and we'll like make a list and then we'll do them all.
We never.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? Because sometimes you get so excited with all these new ideas, you say, I'm going to do it all. So again, microtasking, we said at the beginning, that does come into play, thinking, okay, I can't do it all. I'm only human. Let's just pick one and do that one thing this week or this month. And then next month we'll do another one. Because it can be overwhelming, can't it? I mean, most of us are one-man bands. You girls are lucky to have each other. That's fantastic.
But we never have downtime. I feel like sometimes it'd be nice to have some downtime, but whenever there's like a quiet moment, we will open up a notepad, like, right.
What can we do to change? Like, if something's gone wrong, not gone wrong, but like if something's gone like not how we would have expected or wanted the situation to go, we go, well, what did we do that didn't, like, what's the word I'm looking for, Christy? I said it to you the other day. What could we have done better then to change the scenario? Like, what did we do?
If it happens again, what would you do differently?
Yeah. And we'll sit down and make a plan. Or if there's a quiet moment, I'm like, well, let's sit down and work out what we can do for YouTube next month, because we've already like pre-planned this month. So what can we do next month? What can we do? Like it's always something you can do.
What did we not have time? What tasks did we not have time to complete? Right, we got some downtime now. Let's fill the downtime with doing that.
Yeah.
We don't
like
have a lot of downtime.
Lockdown, everyone was like, oh my god, I'm so bored. I've watched like all these TV shows, and we're like, are you? Like, we haven't stopped. Like we weren't photographing anybody, obviously we weren't allowed, but like we worked tirelessly the whole entire lockdown.
I loved it. I loved it.
We did as well. Like yeah, we like at the time we were still like working on grants and things for our studio to be built, so that took a lot of our time up. Like, it was a lot of paperwork, but it was also marketing and building like new, like, well, it was just, we did everything, didn't we? We just didn't stop. We didn't have a day off.
We didn't. And you know what? It was great because I'd open the doors in my kitchen. We'd let the boys go out in the garden. We know that they weren't going anywhere. They were just living life out in the garden. I mean, they'll be sat at the kitchen table with a laptop each, like just doing everything that we needed to get done. But it was great because, do you know, the minute that the restrictions were lifted and we were allowed to see customers, oh my God, our kids didn't know what we looked like, because it was just manic, absolutely manic.
I think that's
amazing, because you put the work
in marketing. That's my key marketing tip: consistency. Sorry, I interrupted.
Consistency.
Because we never stopped marketing. Like, everyone else was like, oh well, we can't take photos, so we'll just stop marketing. And they all had to start from scratch then when they did reopen. Whereas we just didn't stop. We were like just bombarding. Everyone was like, oh, you're taking these photos? And like, these are old photos. We just recycling. Yeah. Like, nobody sees every single post you post. So like, you may as well just keep recycling, do things in different ways, like reuse the content.
I am with you. I always talk about marketing in terms of the behind the scenes marketing. So the planning, the preparing stuff, but then the on stage marketing. So you girls were continuing your on stage marketing through lockdown, even though you couldn't take clients. And that is definitely the best thing you want to do, because you don't want to have to start from scratch and warm up the audience again once everyone's back to work and back to normal. You kept them warm and you kept yourself top of mind by continuing to market and be front stage.
I think a lot of people, do you know, when they start to get a bit busy, they're like, oh great, I got my clients, I don't need to be marketing right now. you need to keep marketing, because as soon as you start to see that dip and then you think, oh God, I need to market, well, then you're going to have to wait for that to come back up again before you start seeing those clients. So
Absolutely.
This time of year is
take your foot off
Perth is
the
like
gas.
notorious for, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because the
It's like
purchase
photography.
cycle is longer now.
Yeah.
The time between a consumer seeing you and when they choose to purchase from you, because of obviously this year has been a bit tough, doom and gloom, economy, etc. That purchasing cycle is longer. So it is important, you're dead right, Christy, to keep marketing, because the people you're marketing to now, maybe they won't come to you next week or the week after, but in a couple of months' time, they might come to you, but only if they see you now, if you're front of stage and you're doing your visibility activities.
And especially for like what we like, maternity, like there's a very short window that you can shoot maternity. Same with newborn. Like obviously you can take pictures of babies no matter the age, but to get that curly little newborn, then you want to get them in between 5 and 14 days. And your clients are not going to know that unless you keep telling them. You need to keep educating them. So as much as you feel like you just sat there banging the same drum over and over, every one of these clients that's getting pregnant, how are they going to know unless they've been to you before? They're not going to know that, you know, you photograph maternity in a, you know, very select couple of week window, and when the baby's born we need to get you in before that 14 day if we can. You know, so you got to keep putting that out there. So even if it's not, you know, oh look, book this session, informing your clients and
Education. Definitely. Educating the clients, definitely.
Yeah.
And you just said keep banging the drum. I think that's another thing that sometimes puts us off. We feel like we're banging the drum too much. A lot of photographers say, oh, I feel like I'm talking on and on about the same thing. But that's okay, because especially on social media, not everybody sees everything. So whereas we think, oh my God, I'm on again, and they're going to get bored of me. Not everybody sees everything. So it is important to keep banging the drum. I love that.
And the ones that are seeing everything are the ones that are choosing to interact with you. They come looking for you. They're like, oh, look, what's the girls doing? What are the girls doing now?
Yeah.
So they're happy to see all of your content.
We noticed after lockdown, didn't we, that a lot of our ideal customers then would email us and be like, I'm pregnant, nobody knows, and I know I've got to come in between these weeks. So and they knew everything. And it was perfect. I was like, this is exactly what we needed, because we sat down and we went, right, who is our ideal client? How would they find us? How would you like? And we should made a plan, and then you work from that and create a marketing plan and everything from that. And yeah, they email us quite often now with, all right, okay, I know I've got to be this many weeks, and currently I'm here, and they give you all the information before you even ask for it.
Amazing. And that's your education done and dusted. So well done you. That's definitely a massive part of your marketing. Sorry if you can hear the cat, that's Frank. He cries every hour if he doesn't get attention.
I am gonna quickly go on my phone though. I'm not being rude, but I put out a community post for our members only on YouTube this week, asking for questions.
Lovely.
Oh, where's it gone?
Love a question.
I swear I did have one.
Don't ask me about kit though. I'm no good about kit, lenses, megapixels.
No, I put on there was marketing, so it was definitely a marketing question. Let me just
I
find
can
it.
answer all day long, but when someone comes up to me and asks me about kit, I go like, oh.
I feel like that's a man thing. Like, do you know, like when you go like big
I love that you said that.
But it is the way.
Do you know, watch any one of our videos, we go on about it at length.
And it's always the older men all stood there comparing the size of their lenses, and like
we sound like hardcore feminists.
You're so right.
There's this whole story about a photographer. We were in a music festival. My husband was playing a music festival many moons ago, and I had just started out, and I didn't look this dishevelled because I hadn't had a child yet. So I looked really young, and he walked up to me, and I was like side the stage waiting for the boys to go on, and he went, "That's a nice camera. It's not as good as mine though." I went, "Cool." And he went, "I guarantee they'll buy my photos over yours." I went, "Okay." And just like walked away from him because I was like, I'm not even engaging. This is ridiculous. And then he spent the whole of the boys' set. he had a Canon 1DX, like he had two of them actually, one on each hip. And he spent the whole set trying to get in front of me so that I couldn't take photos. So I was like, well, I'll just go round the back and I'll just go on the stage. Like I'm got a pass to be with them. So like I had a pass to get on stage. So I went on the stage, I took the photos, and then he caught my husband round the back of the stage later on. He was like, use my card to buy the photos. And he was trying to get him to buy photos. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I posted a photo and he was like, oh yeah, I can see why they didn't buy my photos. I was like, yeah, like what's the matter with you? And then the year after, we went back to the same music festival.
God.
We went back to the same music festival and he was there and he came up to me, he was like, I feel like we got off on a bad start. Can we start again? I was like, oh, it's like that now. Now you know I can take a photo. So there was literally no need for it.
Oh my
Literally no need.
There's
Exactly.
no need for that. Love. Why
No.
can't we all lead with love? There's no need to lead with
Exactly.
anything other than love and community. You see another fellow photographer, bounce up, hi, how you doing? How's things?
Exactly.
It's nice. It's lovely to connect with other photographers. I'm just going to wheel over to the chair and over to the door and let Frank in because I can hear her scratching my face. Frank, what's up with you? Oh. Sorry, girls. This is Frank.
That's okay. Aww.
The other ginger in my life. My husband's ginger. This is the other ginger man in my life.
I found the question. Sorry if I
Go for
digressed again. Do you think with UK's current economic climate, it is pointless for photographers to be working on marketing?
No, absolutely.
No.
Absolutely not pointless to be working on marketing. This is really interesting. What were we saying before we came live? There will always be a need for photographers, no matter the ups and downs of the economic climate. Yeah. And it's crucial to keep marketing, especially in economic difficult times, because you did it through lockdown and you thrived after lockdown. You kept yourself visible. So it's even more important when there are doom and gloom times when the economy is difficult to keep marketing. You know, I was telling you about when I started 20 years ago with an amazing photographer called Devine. He was my dad. He was my father-in-law. So I went on board with him, went on the weddings with him, on the portraiture with him. And he let me go on days out with a fellow photographer, a friend of his called Brenda, also an amazing photographer. This was 20 years ago. And I was saying to you, you know, Brenda was an amazing photographer. I learned so much from her, but she was a right negative Nelly. And she used to say to me, oh, I don't know why you're becoming a photographer. The industry's dying. And she was trying her very best to put me off, but I wasn't to be put off, because no matter what the ups and downs of the economy of the world, there will always be a need for photographers. We just have to adapt, we have to evolve. And because, like any other business, there is a need for us, we have to market ourselves, we have to be visible, we have to serve our clients, we have to form. Marketing's just connections and relationships. That's all it is, making connections with your ideal clients, getting yourself in front of them, and then growing relationships, taking them on that know, like, and trust journey. That's all it is, but it's absolutely even more important to do it in times of economic difficulties. I'm sorry, girls. Obviously. What do you think? Would you agree?
Absolutely. I don't think there's ever an instance where you stop marketing.
No.
Unless
you want to retire.
Yeah. Like that's the key to every business, is you just keep marketing consistently.
Yeah,
like, and that doesn't mean you've got to put something out every single day. If you consistency is just showing up like once a week, even that, just show up consistently once a week. Like, don't go like 3 weeks with nothing, and then like 5 times in 1 week, and then just show up. If you can only commit to once a week, do it once a week. If you can only commit to once a month, do it once a month. But show up consistently. Is consistently.
Yeah. And we all need more wine.
And your audience will know, right? I know that they will show up at this time.
It's like you said, having a plan.
Met a Monday Night Live once on time, but I will from now on.
Yeah, it's like having a plan and then sticking to it consistently, because that breaking consistency will break trust. You know, if you go into it and you're posting every day for a couple of weeks, but you can't sustain that, and then after a couple of weeks it drops to maybe once a week, that's breaking someone's trust in you as a business, because they'll see you all over the place and then you'll disappear and they'll think, oh, what's happened? They've closed down. So choose your regularity that you can commit to and stick to that consistently. Definitely important.
Yeah. I can't find any more comments. I think I got it.
All right. I remember it's funny with that consistency as well. I follow Denise Duffield-Thomas. I don't know whether you follow her. I absolutely love her. Oh my gosh. If you've not read her book, girls, I think you will love it. Her book is called Get Rich, Lucky Bitch. It's all about money mindset, particularly for women in business. It's an amazing book. So that's the number one book I recommend. But she is just fantastic on the money mindset. But one of the things she did when I first started following her, which was about 12 years ago now, she went to town on her email marketing. She was emailing loads and loads and loads. And then she dropped off the face of the earth. A classic example of breaking trust, because I actually thought she'd closed down. I thought, oh, she mustn't do it anymore. She was still doing it. She just had obviously burnt out doing too much emailing and then dropped off the face of the earth. And then she picked it back up again. But that consistency wasn't there. It was more up and down. So, yeah, I think it's really important to don't overcommit. Just do what you can, but do it consistently.
I think that is the mindset, though, isn't it? When somebody says to you, right, you've got to do like marketing or whatever, you go, right, okay, I'm just going to do it all. I need to just be visible everywhere and like all of the time. And then you get the burnout and then you're visible nowhere and it's useless. So you need to just little steps at a time and you'll just build up slowly.
Definitely, because it's soul destroying if you get to burnout, isn't it? We love what we do. We love our photography, and it's hard enough being a business owner without trying to do too much and burning yourself out. And it can absolutely be done with ease and with joy if you just do it the right way, if you do it consistently and you choose the right things to put into your marketing plan.
Platforms. So if you're on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and Pinterest and YouTube, and there is so many things you need to think about. Just keeping up social media is a task on its own, and then to add in email marketing and a blog post to get the traffic to your website, and it is really daunting when you think of it like that. But like when you sit and make a plan and you repurpose your content and you think, oh, do you know what? That blog post has got some really relevant information. That's going to be my next email because my clients need to hear about that.
Absolutely.
And if my clients need to hear about it, why am I not putting that on that's my caption for my next Instagram post? Because my clients need to know about it. And if they haven't read the blog post and they haven't seen the email, they'll see it on Instagram. So I think you need to sit down and you need to think about what it is that you want to get out there, and then just make a plan so that put it down into bite-sized chunks. Because otherwise it's really daunting, isn't it?
It is, and I think
with the red, amber, greens.
Yes, and that's a great point. But it's a great point you make. There are so many social media platforms out there. Social media, for instance. I'd also encourage you guys to think about, or any photographers to think about, where do I need to be visible? I don't need to be visible on them all. I don't have to do them all. I can choose. I tend to say just choose one pillar social media platform and concentrate your energies on that. And obviously choose the one that you know your ideal clients are hanging out on. There's no point focusing on Instagram if all your ideal clients are on LinkedIn. There's no point being on LinkedIn if your ideal clients are on Instagram. So choose one and focus on that. And then also making sure you've got the other pillars to hold up the roof of your business. So other pillars like networking, like email marketing, like lead magnet, not just having all your eggs in one basket on social media. Because it can be, if you try and be everywhere on social media, that's a job in itself.
It's exhausting.
It's too much.
It's so overwhelming, isn't it?
No wonder we want to drink.
I know.
I'm not even allowed to drink. Stick my hot chocolate.
Can we do this again and I'll have a big glass of wine next time?
Yes, absolutely. 100%. Right.
Oh,
Is there any
lovely.
more comments from our lovely viewers? There are still some people here. I mean, we've been nearly an hour,
Oh my God.
which is not like us. We
And
were
that's
just
an
happy
hour
as well.
without wine for me. That's unbelievable.
I'm down to the last dregs of mine, so
My hot chocolate didn't last until this live stream started, so I was screwed from the start.
it was
I
a
feel like
sad looking hot chocolate anyway. Don't worry about it.
it was. I took a photo. I posted it on my stories because
Love
it
you.
started looking lovely when I first took it. When I took a photo of it, it was lovely, and then literally within seconds, it was gone.
Oh, no.
Ridiculous. I spent ages
We
making it as well.
captured the loveliness, hey.
Right. If there are no more questions, I am. Well, there probably was more questions. I just couldn't find them. I am going to put. I think I've already got this link in the description, but if it's not there, I will put it in the comments and I will put it in the description when we finish here. If they want to follow you, Gillian, where do they need to go? This is your Instagram.
Gillian Devine Mentor. That's probably my most active platform. But I'm also on Facebook.
Lovely.
But yeah, Instagram is generally where I'm hanging out. I love Insta. I'd love to ask if there's any photographers watching us or been watching tonight. You know, share with us, what is your biggest challenge in your business? What is your biggest marketing problem? Because it's nice to talk about these things and thrash them out and brainstorm. What can we all do to pull together and help each other?
This is my husband making sure that I am putting your link in. Micromanage me.
I love that. Thank you, darling.
Yes.
I
don't
love
think anybody else
that.
have. If you're watching on the replay, put in the comments what your biggest marketing problem is, and we will do this again very soon, hopefully.
I love that.
We'll get a date in the diary, and we'll do another little marketing chat.
That'd be amazing. Commonly asked questions. If we gather some big questions together, we can thrash them out, can't we? Fantastic.
That's fabulous.
With more wine. Talking my language, Chris.
While we are on the subject of groups and everything as well, we have memberships open for anybody who wants to join our. Now, I don't know how to actually say this without sounding like it's OnlyFans. Membership only on YouTube, but like there's no OnlyFans content, like zero. It is like live streams.
When I talk about our members only, I feel like people get the wrong idea of what kind of content they'll get if they sign up to memberships.
Foot pictures.
Not that kind of situation.
No,
there is a link in the description.
Related, I promise.
Yeah. There's I think we've got a maternity live stream coming up where we're going to do a maternity session from start to finish, and you're going to get to watch and ask questions as we go along.
Yes.
So join me. It is only 99 pence at the moment. So
yes, from now until January. Yeah, now until January, it's only 99 pence and you get all of the content. So do it now. Make full use of it.
Yeah.
That's amazing, girls. What great value. Will you let me have that link? Because I'll share that with my people as well. Because I work with a lot of different photographers. I'm obviously helping them with brand photography, but there's a lot of newborn and maternity photographers in the gang as well. So I'll definitely share that with them. That's an amazing offer, girls. That's packed full of content for 99p. Amazing.
Yeah. And you can find us on @AbigailLewis Photography on all socials. We are on all of them, even though we shouldn't be.
Do it. It's fine.
We've made a rod for our own back now, so we're just going to keep going.
We're just going to keep plowing through. There's 2 of us, so we'll tackle half each. It's fine. It's been so lush. It's been so lush speaking to you, Gillian. Thank you so much for coming on. And we're already looking forward to
inviting me. I've loved spending time with you. You're really great, girls. So thank you very much. It's been fun.
We'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Bye.